Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of the records. We rank them from worst to best, and we give our biggest banger and stinger from each of them. We also start with our 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge, where we connect the band of the week to our boy Tom DeLonge and Blink, and we round out the show with our top 10 favorite songs from the band of the week as well. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. And that's all I have for the boring intro. And we are in self-titled season, so we are doing Deftones this week. We are doing their self-titled record, but we also listen to their 10 records, and we rank them accordingly. But let's get into the 6 degrees with Tom DeLonge, where we connect the band of the week to Tom. So what do you got? Go.
Chino and Zach Hill, Team Sleep.
Took mine, you little shit.
Zach Hill to Omar in various projects. Omar to Travis on Antimask.
You literally took mine. That was literally
took
mine.
Fucking mine. Then, well, you should have known that because that was the easiest one, and you should have been like, "Oh, he'll probably choose the easiest one because he doesn't want to really read about this bullshit band. So let me do a different route." That would have been the smart thing for you to do.
I could do. Bradley. I could probably do.
I don't want to be here all fucking night.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to be here all night.
Looking on top of your head. What are you looking at?
Oh, okay. I got it. Fred Sablon. Fred Sablon is in Deftones. Fred Sablon also was in a band called Goon Moon, and he was in Marilyn Manson with Twiggy. Twiggy worked with Queens of the Stone Age. Josh Freese also worked with Queens of the Stone Age. Josh Freese, obviously toured with Blink, was a big part of Blink's history, or a part of Blink's history. There you go. Good. I win. I just did it off the top of my head.
Good girl.
So, there you go. 6 degrees with Tom DeLonge. Let's get into Deftones' 10 records. Let's rank them from worst to best. Let me also say this. Jeff does not like this band at all. So people listening who love Deftones,
yeah, you
understand
better
this.
Buckle up, girls.
Yeah, buckle up. Jeff does not
band's
like
for
this
girls,
band.
So you better buckle up, girls.
This band, he does not like this band. Also, one of their most famous records, I think, is one of their worst records. So I will just say that right now. So don't hate on me. But yes, so it's going to be a little bit controversial, I'm sure. So what do you got for number 10, the worst Deftones record? Go.
Some of these I have more notes for than others. So 10 for me is Gore, their 8th record.
Oh, that's Skip's favorite. Wow.
No, Skip likes Ohms.
But okay, Gore is his second favorite then.
He also likes Gore. I really don't know why. This is boring. I don't care. Best song, Pittura and Famante.
Okay.
I like the way Chino sings. Sometimes Chino does have some cool vocal parts, and I was like, I like the way he sings here. I like the way he sings just his high parts on this song. But Gore, that was my worst song. Just so much fucking verb. Just I don't know, it was stupid. Okay. And a recurring theme that I'll make fun of this band for. And Gore, there's a cool part. I was like, oh, this part's fucking rad, dude. Everything got a little bit heavier. Like, he's singing over this heavy, like, instrumental melody. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then 7 seconds later, it was over with. So, well, I'll keep doing that over and over because that's all they fucking do.
That's fine. So, number 10 for me, Around the Fur, their second record from 1997. This is one of their transition records, I feel. They were getting out of the raw aggressiveness that was Adrenaline. We hear remnants of what we know future Deftones as, but I feel like it's just a little unfocused. There's more experimentation on here than compared to Adrenaline. That was intentional because they had more time to record this record. Frank Delgado was more of a part of the band, even though he wasn't an official member yet. He did a lot more on this record than Adrenaline. But I don't think they perfected what they did on Adrenaline and perfected what eventually became what we know as the Deftones sound. So it's a bit disjointed. I still love this record. I have this on vinyl. From here on out, I have everything on vinyl. Just saying.
You have everything.
So I have everything on vinyl, yeah. Except I don't have the B-sides record, and I don't have the covers record. And
But
I
you
don't
also
have the
have
bootleg.
Palms, and you have Team Sleeps, and you have The Crossings.
I do have Palms, Team Sleep, and I have the second Crosses and the EP, the second EP from Crosses. I don't have the first record because it's so expensive.
So I did listen to Team Sleep, 1 Crosses, and Palms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Team Sleep is my least favorite out of all the bands.
I think that's the best thing they've done.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, for sure.
That's with Zach Hill, too.
I know.
Shit.
And it was like, damn, like this is what it sounds like when you have a drummer that can actually play the drums and have fun and not just go doom, cut, doom, cut. Not that he's a bad drummer, because sometimes he has cool drum parts, but fucking shit. So much of their music is just that.
You did see Team Sleep one time, too, by the way. We saw them at Glass House.
Yeah.
They opened up for no, not Circa. That was Red Jumpsuit. Wait, they opened up for Sonny Moore.
I didn't see
before
that.
Before he was Skrillex. I thought
from First to Last, like the first. Oh, maybe
it was after he quit from First to Last, and it was before he became Skrillex. He had a solo record, or he had a bunch of solo songs, and he was doing a tour, and Glass House was one of them, and Team Sleep opened up for him.
Yeah, I mean,
I know. Friend of the pod, John was there.
John Hudick?
John Hudick was there.
Then I don't know, because I've hung out with him a couple times, not a whole lot.
Because John was there at the Circus show with Red Jumpsuit. John was there at that show with us.
I don't know if I went to that show. Maybe if I did, I do not remember any of it, which is par for the course. So,
okay, fair. Yeah. Well, anyway, I thought you saw Team Sleep, but it doesn't matter. So let's move on.
I still wouldn't care anyway.
I know you wouldn't care.
Still stupid music.
So yeah, Around the Fur was my number 10. Oh, Banger, Head Up, Stinker, Mascara. Mascara is actually not a very good song at all. They don't have very. They have a few songs that are just not good, and Mascara is one of them.
They got more than a few.
No, they don't.
They got more than a few, kid.
So what do you got for number 9?
Koi no Yokan. A lot of these, I don't really fucking care. Like, maybe this could be 10, maybe this could be 7, maybe this could be 3. I don't fucking know, and I really don't give a shit all that much. Samey. I thought this one had some better instrumental bits that played out a little bit longer. So, I don't know. That's why it's here. It's still a boring fucking record. I don't give a shit. Tempest, that was my banger. You call it a banger. I thought that if you took out the kind of the mediocre singing that Chino likes to do a lot, this could have been a cool, like, stoner doom kind of rock song. And then Rosemary's my least favorite because it's just one of those songs that they're quiet, loud, dynamic, and both of them are boring. Both parts are fucking boring.
Man, nothing has changed. I thought you'd become more of a Deftonesman. So I really thought you would.
I did try. I know
you tried. I know you tried.
There's one record I did. I'll get to it when I get to it. It is what it is. I'll bring it out. I did bring a record home, but it's we'll talk about it later.
Okay. So my number 9 is Private Music, their newest record from 2025, 10th record. This is the first with Fred Sablon on bass. He also he has songwriting credits all over this record as well, which is nice. He deserves it. He's been a hardworking musician for a long time, and I feel like he's always been kind of screwed out of certain bands he's been in. But he seems to be a good fit for this for Deftones. But this album's really solid. I do really like this record. I have it on vinyl, but I feel like it's a little unfocused still. I don't feel it's as heavy as Ohms was. It's nothing like Gore at all, but it's just this weird combination. I just don't even know how to explain this one. There's no song on here that there aren't that many songs on here that really, really stand out that are kind of make it like playlistable. Like you have to give this record, you have to give a lot of listens to really kind of to get it. That's how it was for me. But once it clicks for you, I just feel like this record it's solid. It's really, really solid. And it should be listened to from front to back. This is definitely a front to back record. You can laugh. You can do whatever you want. I'm just
like falling asleep just hearing you talk about Deftones because this band is so fucking boring.
So my banger is Cut Hands, killer song. One of the few like playlistable songs on it. And then I have no stinker because I think all the songs are good.
That's
okay.
Give a
fuck.
That's stupid.
So what do you got for number 8?
Number 8, baby. Here we go. White Pony. There
we go. Wow, that's crazy.
Third record, the year 2000. This also is kind of like my origin story is this record. But first, the shit's all over the place. There's not like a unifying sound or an order to any of this. the year 2000, the early 2000s, essentially. Dude, a lot of half-arsed bands just threw an album out and got popular and got successful because there was a lot of touring, there's a lot of festivals, there's a lot of bands that were already big but not like too big that you couldn't open for them. I'm looking at you with Dima and Kitty. So you could pretty much do almost whatever the fuck you wanted so long as it was generic and loud. And that's what this is, right? Like the world of heavy music was just peaking, and just about any genre can be blended with the heavy shit, and like, oh, that's so great, that's cool. Like this is just another thing that people gush over for no real reason other than nostalgia, or like again, these guys played X Festival or co-headline with Y Band. Just like peak generic accessible Deftones is what White Pony is. Fuck off. This is so dumb. There's nothing here that I like. Like this is, I don't know. This is one of those. See, there's so much stupid shit in this fucking record. I don't even care. My best song, Passenger.
Because Maynard's in it?
Just because it sounds like Tool. Like fuck it. Like that's cool. Like I don't have to listen to Deftones for 3-4 minutes. Awesome, great. That's the best song on this record. Worst song was Street Carp. Here's my new address. Like, what do you? Shut the fuck up, dude. Good God. Fuck me, man.
Oh, that was wild.
Dude, Chino, just shut the fuck up sometimes. Why do you always have to just open your mouth? And he has to open his mouth constantly because no one else really does anything that interesting.
Okay. All right, that's okay. My number 8. Wait, we on 8? Yeah, we're on 8. My number 8 is White Pony, third record from 2000. I agree with you. I think this record's pretty aimless, and I feel like a lot of the reason why people love this record is because of the nostalgia. This came out at the right time. This is 2000. 2000. I mean, we had Korn's Issues had just come out the year prior, not even a year prior to this, and that was a massive record too. I mean, nu metal. We were right in the smack dab middle of nu metal. So I mean, and just when you're 15 years old, 16 years old, you hear this and you're like, this is I've never heard anything like it, because it is unique. There aren't a lot of bands that sounded like Deftones at the time.
Nobody wants to. I mean, that's why they're unique. Nobody wants. This shit's stupid. That's why. No one sounds like Sleep Token either, because that shit's fucking stupid.
Yeah, fair. So. But this record is the final transition record for the band. I feel like this is where they're really trying to take a more atmospheric approach.
Oh yeah,
slower songs, not quite as aggressive as the first two records, but it's aimless. That's really what it is. I think the production and the mix of the record is incredible. I think it sounds fan-fucking-tastic. Terry Date's work on this was just top notch, but the songs themselves, for the most part, are just they're good. But just better. There are just better albums than this one. So, I don't care. And yeah, I was alive. We were in teenagers when this record came out, and it didn't hit me. I didn't care for this record when it came out either.
I hated it then, and I hate it now.
Banger, RX Queen, love that fucking song. Stinker, Pink Maggot, just one of those few songs from them that I don't really like. So there you go. White Pony, my number 8. Controversial, but if you're still listening. Keep listening, dude.
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna be. This music is made for girls. This music is made for girls.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Of course not. When guys listen to this kind of music, I just think like, oh, that's cute. You've never actually listened to a lot of music outside of just what your girlfriend listened to in middle school. That's cool. Call them as I see them, man.
Yeah, you were. Just boys trying to impress their girlfriends in 7th grade,
and just never grew up, never grew
out of it.
Yeah.
It's so fucking offensive.
I don't give a shit. This band's stupid. This band is fucking dumb. I would talk the same shit about Sleep Token if we were doing a Sleep Token episode.
Yeah, but Sleep Token aren't good. That's the thing.
Sleep Token are a better band musically than Deftones.
Technically speaking, yes, they are. They are better, but their music sucks.
Yeah, Sleep Token's for sure worse.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So what do you got for number 7?
Private Music, their 10th or newest record.
Okay.
I thought this is like the best guitar record they've ever put out. And then come to find out that your boy was, how do you say his name? Stefan? What an idiot. Come to find out that Stefan, I mean, for whatever reason, right? I know he's sick and had diabetes and stuff and was battling a lot of shit. But Chino played a lot of the guitar parts on this, and I was like, damn.
He did.
you're not like a great guitarist, but you're a better riffer than Stefan.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I would absolutely go that far, and I did. But it's still only 7, and I still would not get this in the vinyls. But they've been battling for a long time, and when Chino finally picked up a rhythm guitar in the studio, and I think it was during the White Pony sessions, and they've always feuded back and forth together in kind of like a friendly rivalry way, but it did bleed over into the bad territory several times. But Chino played a lot of the guitar work, and I don't know what he played on and which riff was whose, but you can tell, right? Like when we talked about like Dave with Sum 41, and like I wrote most of the song, but when Dave leaves, like, damn, bro, your band sucks now. You can tell. So Private Music, Infinite Source, that's my banger. That made my top 10. And then worst songs, I think About You All the Time. Just slow, ballady, shoegazy bullshit. Don't care.
I thought you liked shoegaze music.
No, I fucking hate shoegaze.
I don't know why I thought you liked it
because like I like Title Fight, but I only like Floral Green. Their first record is too punk. It's too kind of like pretty generic. And their third record, I forgot what that one's called. That's just like straight shoegaze Deftones shit. I fucking hate it. I don't like shoegaze music. I think it's stupid and fucking annoying.
Okay. Wow.
Not at all. Ugh.
All right. My number 7 is Saturday Night Wrist, their 5th record from 2006. This is the last record with Chi Chang, if you're not including the Eros record, which has never been released. And this was at a time when the band was on the verge of breaking up. None of them were getting along. Chino wasn't even in the studio when they were writing music. He recorded the vocals separately by himself with a different producer. Bob Ezrin did produce this record, but Chino kind of did his own thing. He was all fucked up on drugs. And if you go back and hear and listen to interviews, watch interviews at this time, they were like visibly like fighting with each other in the interviews. Yeah. Like there was one interview where Chino told like Chi, like, yeah, we wanted to kick you out. Like, yeah, get out of the band. Like he straight up told him like, get out of the fucking band. And then Chi gets in his accident 2 years later. But yeah, anyway, I like Saturday Night Wrist a lot. I know it was recorded in an unconventional way for them because they're known for like jamming songs before they go in the studio. But in this instance, everything was just kind of pieced together. But it to me, it led to like a really cool, massive sounding record with a lot of cool shit that Frank throws in there, soundscape wise. I think this is just a really cool, nuanced, way more nuanced than people give it credit for. So there's a lot of cool shit here. And then Bob Ezrin, the producer, several years ago, he ended up leaking all of the demos from these sessions as well, which was pretty cool. But yeah, Saturday Night Wrist, I think this one doesn't get a fair chance from a lot of people, a lot of fans. But yeah,
except that it got like damn near perfect fucking scores, like every one of their goddamn records.
Okay, yeah, but amongst fans, this is not a fondly looked upon record. It really isn't. Because
the fans are stupid. Everybody just, dude.
But you're right. Like
every fucking record from this band, critically acclaimed.
I know, and I think it was like Private Music, the new record. I think that one got like almost 5 out of 5 stars, 10 out of 10 stars. I'm like, come on, yeah, that's just silly boy talk.
Get fucked.
I love it. I love Private Music, but it's not a perfect record.
None of these records are perfect records. Well, not even fucking close.
Settle down.
Not even fucking close.
Settle down.
Spoilers.
Okay, so Saturday Night Wrist, my number 7. Banger, I got 2 because I don't care. Beware and Cherry Waves. Oh, I fucking love Cherry Waves so much. That's like a sleeper song. That one's fucking forgotten about a lot.
You fall asleep listening to that boring shit? Is that why?
Shut the fuck up. It's so good. So what do you got for number 6? Go.
Saturday Night Wrist, 5th record. Yeah. Just kind of like in order of things happening, right? And I think like White Ponies, when they started doing a bunch of drugs, and then Deftones was them in the midst of it, but not quite at each other's throats. And then now we're getting into like they fucking cannot stand each other. I read somewhere, I think Chino was giving an interview about his drug days to somebody, Loudwire or some shit, and he was saying that he was fucked up on cocaine, and he drove from Sacramento to L.A. just like overnight to meet the guys over at the hotel. No, he's supposed to drive overnight to meet them at a hotel in L.A. to talk about the future of the Deftones, and he showed up like a day and a half late, and he's fucked up. And he goes into the hotel room, and they're all like, dude, where the fuck have you been? All pissed off, and like, you know what, do you want to do this or not? And he's like, yeah, I want to fucking do this. And then he says, that was like his inner monologue saying, all right, I got to clean this up. And then he's been doing better ever since that
yeah,
day.
Yeah, he's gone off and on and off the drugs.
Yeah, but he's
and
been doing
alcohol
better,
especially.
though. Yeah. But it was just funny because he said that he was supposed to, like in the interview, he was like, yeah, I was supposed to meet him like the next day, so I was going to drive all night, and then I showed up a day and a half late. It's like, damn, bro.
It's
That's
so
cool.
disrespectful. Dude.
I know. It's so rock star. I love it. Love it. But yeah, so like in unison from White Pony to Deftones to here, way more melodic, a lot more like radio friendly than I thought this was going to be, especially coming off of Deftones. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just a different direction for them. That's cool. Not a lot of aggression on this one, but I think that's just because it's coming off of Deftones. But I think they're better at their instruments here. I think they've all gotten a lot better, or at least they are showing us they are better at their instruments. The song Pink Cell Phone threw me through a loop. I'm playing all these at my work, right? And so then Pink Cell Phone comes on, and I don't get the fuck what it is. Cellophanes. But they talk about butt fucking.
But that song is wild, yeah.
And I was like, what?
The butt fucking.
And it's a girl with like the voice message or whatever she's doing it into. But then it just kept going on and on. I'm like, damn, like how long? I had to check to see how many minutes were left. Like, should I just skip this or what? But everybody thought it was funny.
So funny, yeah. And then she starts laughing at the end too, because
it gets more and more aggressive too as she goes on.
And the butt fucking and the poop.
That was the best part. Dude, the butt fucking was so fun because I did not.
It's so
unexpected.
unexpected. Yeah.
Best song.
And then wait, and then she ends it. She ends it all by saying, "And that's why British people have bad teeth."
Oh, that's right. That's what she says. Yes, yeah, that's why. Yeah,
that's how she ends the whole like monologue. That's how she ends it. It's like,
British
what
people
the
have
fuck?
bad teeth. And I was like, what? Yeah, that was good. But then I immediately thought of Skip, and in my mind I made fun of him, even though he wasn't there to enjoy it.
And he doesn't even have bad teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it inside of his mouth, but the only reason why the only reason why I think British people have bad teeth is because of Austin Powers. Like I don't know if British people actually do have bad teeth, and I always kind of look at like Piers Morgan when I watch him. Like, does he have bad teeth? But like, if you're watching somebody
too famous to have it,
exactly, people that are too famous, like footballers, right? They all have money; they can fix their teeth. Like, do British people have actually bad teeth, or is that just like an Austin Powers thing that he made fun of, or some shit? I don't know.
I think maybe like back in the day, like they would just drink and smoke so heavily that they just had bad teeth because of that. That's probably what it was.
Was that the first time that you ever experienced British people having bad teeth? Was through Austin Powers?
Oh yeah. But I was also we were 10 years old when that movie came out. So yeah.
But I've carried that with me for my whole life. Anyway,
that's true.
Best song,
so did
Rats.
Oh, that's a good one. Also, Surge from System is on the song Mine.
Yeah, so, and my worst song is Mine. That song's stupid, dude. I don't give a fuck. Surge isn't untouchable. When Surge sings sometimes, like, it's stupid. And System works when Surge sings because System is kind of stupid in the way they present their melodies and their music. Mm-hmm. But Surge singing with Deftones? No, dude. Unacceptable. It was dumb. I did not like it at all.
All right. I like it. So my number 6 is Gore, their 8th record from 2016. This is probably their most off the wall record they've ever done. But this is more of a shoegazy record, and I know that's why friend of the pod Skip likes it so much because he pretends to like shoegaze so much. But I feel like they do this style well. Also, Stefan wasn't a big part of this record, the writing, or even I don't think he played much on the record either, because he flat out said, like, I wasn't into it. I couldn't get into the mood of the record or what other guys were writing, so I just didn't do anything. And I remember at the time, a lot of people were speculating that he was going to leave the band because of this, that they were all fighting. But it wasn't that they were fighting. It's just like I didn't care for it, so I didn't contribute. That's really what it came down to. And these guys are all like, they've been best friends since they were like 12 years old. So it's like it's almost like they don't get hurt feelings. They just kind of roll with the punches and just kind of move on. And they'll talk shit to each other, but it never seems like it's malicious. It's always just like more in like a loving way.
Yeah,
like they care about each other so much that they're willing to tell each other how they feel, and
they've been together for a long fucking time.
Since like 1988, 1989 or something. Shit like that.
Really, like the same 4 guys, have been together that like they're obviously in the early stages. There's some lineup changes, and really it was just like the bass thing that happened. But otherwise, it's like the same fucking 4 guys,
pretty much. And even Frank Delgado, the sampler and DJ whatever. He was on the first record. He was on Adrenaline, but he didn't become an official member until White Pony. But
Okay.
he's technically been in the band for as long as they've been putting out records, which is super rad too.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's good.
But yeah. Anyway, Gore. It's really a different record. It's a lot more experimental, not just shoegazy stuff, but the ambience and the soundscapes that Frank throws in here. I think he's like one of the unsung heroes of this band. He doesn't get enough credit, honestly. There's some wild shit, and I've seen videos over the years where they've played Deftones songs. I've heard Deftones songs without Frank's contribution to the song, and it gives the song a completely different feel. Like Frank is really, really important to these songs, and this record especially. Also, this is the only record with a guitar solo on it. Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains played guitar on Phantom Bride, but this is the only Deftones record with a guitar solo, which is weird too, right? Come on, we're 36 years into this band. They only have one guitar solo in their whole catalog.
Because I don't think Stefan even plays guitar. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I also saw something that he said, and I mean I don't know if this is true or not, but they because he has his own signature guitars, and some of them they're from, I think it was ESP or some shit, and one of them didn't have like a neck pickup or something like that. And then they asked him, like, why don't you have, like, what's your rig like? He's like, I don't know, it just looks cool. And they're like, what's your setup like on stage? He's like, I use this. He's like, why do you use that? Like, I don't know, it looks cool. And then they, in the same interview, they asked him, like, what do you do? Like, how do you practice at home? He's like, I don't practice. I don't really play guitar at home at all. Like, I do other things. I was like, damn, dude, like, that's cool. Like, it keeps you honest in the studio, but like, that's why your music is kind of fucking one dimensional and boring as a guitarist.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this too, like, and I've said it to you, and I've said it to friend of the pod, Skip, like, because Skip pretends to hate this band, even though I know he secretly loves them now. But yeah, Stefan is not a good guitar player, and these songs have to be taken as a whole. Like, you can't really, to me, it's not fair taking these songs apart because none of the parts individually are spectacular, but once you combine them all into one thing, it just becomes something incredible.
I guess
That's what it is. That's just what
Okay.
it is. So okay, what do you got for number 5? Oh, my banger off of Gore, Hearts and Wires. Love that one. No stinker.
No
What do you got for
stinker,
number
of
5?
course. Number 5, Around the Fur, second record, 97.
Okay.
He's already doing the
Little
whisper
high.
shit. He loves whispering. I don't know why he always whispers, but that's cool.
It's his thing, man.
Really, the only reason why this is so high is just because this is the closest record to Adrenaline that they've ever done. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
It's kind of aggressive, like
It's
Adrenaline.
just it's the closest to Adrenaline, and I like Adrenaline, so whatever. Around the Fur, biggest or banger, Head Up, very rap
That's a
rock of the
banger, man.
90s. It's for sure, man. That made my playlist. And then
Yeah,
yes,
so good.
Mascara. That's the worst song. That song is not good at all. Just
No.
whiny ass fucking vocals. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, not good whiny, because he does good whiny. He does do good whiny,
Very, very seldom.
but yeah, on Mascara, it's not good. So that's your number 5. My number 5 is Adrenaline, their first record from 1995. These songs are a few years old at this point, so I mean they had nailed these songs down. They recorded this record very, very quick. I think within a few weeks, and they all kind of did this in a room together. He had, even Chino was in the room together with the guys, and they just recorded this straight up in the studio together. And it's brutal, it's raw, it's aggressive as fuck, man. This record is intense. It's really, really intense. The guitar tones, I mean, considering they put no time or real effort into the sound of it, the mix of it, the production of it, it defines an era of music, of nu metal music, because this is really a nu metal record. They don't like to be lumped into that category, but this is really a nu metal record.
I mean,
this is just incredible.
The best thing that they ever did for their career was put out a nu metal record and then say that it wasn't nu metal. Like, truly, because they've
tried so hard not to be nu metal.
But this isn't like that nu metal compared to what we know as nu metal. If we're talking like Korn and Limp Bizkit, like this is still pretty.
But this is only a year after Korn came out.
Yeah, it's still pretty hard rocky in comparison. But yeah, dude, putting out a nu metal sounding record in the height of nu metal, and then going on tour with a lot of these guys, playing the same festivals, your fan base is like immediately thousands and tens of thousands of people already.
Yeah, And they
like
were
everyone
touring with
else-
Korn.
But like everybody else who moves on, right? The best thing you could do from then is like, we're not new metal anymore. We're not new metal anymore.
By like
Never were.
98, 99, if you said you were new metal, that was offensive.
It was.
Bands didn't want to be lumped in as new metal.
Because Limp Bizkit was the best at it, and they took it to the next level and made it pop and made it fun and danced. And Fred Durst is a mastermind.
And then Korn always said like, okay, that's fine. But they, in their minds, they knew that they were the originators of new metal. They were the godfathers of new metal. So it's like they didn't give a shit. It's like all new metal was based off of Korn. You could maybe you could say like Sepultura and shit like that, but really it's Korn's Korn. That is the godfather record of new metal. Don't make the rules.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, so Adrenaline, yeah. Adrenaline is my number 5. Banger, Engine number 9. I love that riff. I love to play that riff on guitar too. It's so much fun. It's so silly and easy and dumb, but it's so much fun to play. So yeah, Engine number 9. Love that song. Stinker, Fist. I do have a stinker on this one. Fist. So there you go.
Stink Fist.
Adrenaline. Yeah, what do you got for number 4? Go.
So you like Koi No You Can a lot.
I do like that record a lot, yeah.
Okay, and then Ohms, then Deftones, and then Diamond Eyes. Okay.
Was it?
Number 4, Ohms for me. 9th record, 2020.
I like it.
There's some really cool stuff here. And they actually have a couple songs that remind us there's a bass player in this band.
I
Like
know.
they do have a bass player. It's
and
crazy.
and then he quits a year later.
And then he quits a year later. And I think like this is his record. This is the only record they've ever done where you can hear like
Shines.
the song Ceremony. There's some cool fucking lines in that song. I was like, damn, I forgot this band isn't fucking super boring. Like they do have a cool bass player that can riff and jam.
There are songs that
that's-
start with the bass.
That's
that
the
are
only
bass
standout
led.
of this record. That's the only thing that puts this higher than other records is just because there are some cool bass heavy parts, and I thought that was rad. Otherwise, this is just same old shit, just with more bass. That's it. Best song, Ohms. Pretty dope song, actually. Obviously, Chino's the worst part, but everything else is rad. He's pretty much always the worst part. Like even Stefan's not the worst part. He's just like, okay, you could omit yourself here and just leave. The Link is Dead. That was my stinker. It's just way too long, way too boring. Snooze fest.
Okay, all right. My number 4 is Ohms from 2020. Their 9th record. Like we said, last was Sergio Vega on bass. Terry Date is back as a producer. The last record he did was Deftones, or he did Eros, but once again Eros, but that record's unreleased still. So yeah, it's very, very bass heavy. It's probably the heaviest record they've done since Deftones. They've ditched a lot of the atmospheric ambient stuff that you heard a lot of on Gore, a lot you heard on Saturday Night Wrist, even Deftones. They just took like the heaviness of Deftones and just threw a shit ton of bass into the mix. That's really what they did. The songs are more concise. They're a little bit shorter, and they hit. To me, I think they hit really hard. Also, Sergio started using a 6-string bass, I think during the Koi no Yokan sessions. And so he was using like bigger basses and all that shit up through this record. And then also Gore was the record where Stefan started using a 9-string guitar because the guy is such an incredible guitar player. Why not add another low string to your guitar? So he does use a 9-string guitar on this record.
Because it probably looked cool.
Insane. It does look kind of cool, though. It does look kind of cool, but yeah. Anyway, I think this cuts out the fluff of Gore, and makes for a really solid heavy record. So yeah, Ohms, Banger, Error, and I have no stinker because why not? Because there are no stinkers.
Okay.
So what do you got for number 3? Go.
Number 3, Deftones.
All right,
The album of the week. Self-titled season is in full effect. Deftones.
Is in full effect.
Deftones. That's
All
where
right.
the cookie crumbles.
So number 3 for me, Koi no Yokan. This is their 7th record from 2012. This came out at a time where I was really getting back into the Deftones. Well, Diamond Eyes was really the time, but when this record came out, man, I could not stop listening to this record. I probably listened to it every day for 2 months. I would just listen to this record. I was just obsessed with it. Couldn't get enough of it. This is like a good throwback to the self-titled, to Saturday Night Wrist. with the bigger, slower sounding songs, but then you have these like massive doom metal sounding riffs that would get thrown in there. Some shit that we would get on Diamond Eyes, because Diamond Eyes is a pretty aggressive record in the context of their music. But this one just, I feel like this is what they wanted to do on Deftones, but they didn't have, I don't want to say the chops, but they didn't have the focus to do it on Deftones. But here on Koino, they just nailed the heavy mixed with the atmospheric shit and just some great fucking melodies. I love it. I know you and bitch friend of the pod Skip are going to complain, well, Chino has no fucking melodies. We just go,
he just really whines and whispers. Dude, like,
but it's fine. Doesn't. I enjoy it. And I know friend of the bitch pod Skip is going to complain about it. And that's fine. Friend of the bitch pod, yes. Bitch friend of the pod. Let's say that. Okay.
Friend of the bitch pod.
Friend of the bitch pod. But yeah, I really do love Koino Yokon. It came out at a really good time for me. Really, really good time for me. So nostalgia hits hard with this one. So banger, Tempest. Do love Tempest. Don't have a stinker. I don't care. I have this on vinyl too. Just saying.
You have everything on vinyl.
I do. Just saying. So what do you have for number 2? Go.
Adrenaline. Called Adrenaline. Adrenaline. First record. I've had this on the vinyls.
Is your number 1?
We'll get there.
Whoa!
We'll get there.
Okay.
So I've had this on the vinyls twice. If it came through my store, I'd probably take it home and then give it one more shot. I don't currently have it now. This was like an early pickup from Grace, and then I bought it again from Grace.
And it was like $20 back in the day.
Yeah, is it not $20 anymore?
I'm sure it's more now because vinyl's more expensive. But I got it for $18.
It was like $19.99 at Grace or some shit. Yeah. Like it was maybe $17.99 or something like that. It was so fucking cheap. But there isn't like a whole lot of nuance to this or anything. But that's this scene. That's this era. That's the point of this. It's still really fun, and I think it's a cool starting point for a band. Even if I don't fucking like them, it's still cool to see like, oh damn, that's your first record, and now you sound like this. That's pretty wild, right? Like comparing to like AFI's first record to compare whatever the fuck AFI is doing now. Silver bleeds the sun and the moon.
The black sun.
Over the cows jumping over it or something like that.
The moon over
like
Miami,
I don't know. They got Terry Date right out the gate, right, to help them. And like this is going to sound fucking, I don't know, kind of mean, I guess, but they had an easy career. They've made a lot of just basic fucking music, and they just like they tapped that market, dude. They just hit that. Like everything about them is just so fucking plain and ordinary. The way they dress, the way they act, the way they talk, everything about them is
something
so
about their music.
Ordinary.
But there's something about their music. But once again, yes, they're not the greatest musicians or
singers.
That's
why pop music is like so popular. It's because it's for everyone.
Yes,
and
that's
Deftones
kind of what
is for
Deftones
everyone.
is. Yes,
it's boring music for everyone.
No, it's not
to
boring.
me, it's no different than like NSYNC or Spice Girls or Billie Eilish or anything. They're they're basically a pop band that just played to the lowest common denominator, but made everybody like them, and people like them. And if and when we get into the Chi Chain thing, like holy shit, how many people came out and supported like that? And like that's cool and all, but like it's as a normal person, you can't help but think like, damn, bro, like if I went into a coma, I would have died because no one gives a shit about me like everyone gave a shit about Chi Chang. And like the donations were like, oh, we just need $5,000. Well, now we need 10. Well, now we need 50. Well, now we need 100. Well, now we need $500,000. And they got it. And he was in a coma for years and years, and that shit ain't cheap, especially in this great healthcare country that we have. But like I can't help but just be a little irritated that like the normal person would have just been fucking rotting there dying. You know what I mean? Whatever. This band just like puts out mediocre shit, and they just it's so aggravating and so irritating. Whatever. 7 words. That was my biggest banger. Aggressive, fun, plus a suck. That's always fun.
And then the high guitar like
yeah. That's always fun. You repeat things like that. Be aggressive with it. I don't have a stinker. I don't give a fuck. But I do like this record. I'm not gonna buy it again. I say that, but if we're toasty and we're shopping, I'd probably buy it again, and then probably purchase it again.
If we like stumbled into Nichols and he had it for $20, you would.
I'd probably buy it. Yeah, you're right. I would for sure pick it up.
And I would bully, and I would bully you into buying it too.
I would not buy the album of the week.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's just stupid, but okay. So my number 2, Diamond Eyes, their 6th record from 2010. First was Sergio Vega on bass, replaced Chi because Chi was in a coma at this time. He hadn't died yet. But this goes back to the heaviness of White Pony a little bit, because White Pony was still pretty heavy. It goes back to the heaviness of that and even Adrenaline. And it might be because at this time Stefan also started using an 8-string guitar, and the riffs are heavy. They're heavier. They're more chuggy. But his style has changed from what you heard on the earlier records or even White Pony. It's a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more. It's not even technical. It's just different. Like this is also like a big transition record for the band, but a transition into a good spot for the band. Like, personally, but also musically, I feel like their music sounds different from Diamond Eyes on than it does from White Pony until Saturday Night Wrist. Like, that's its own little fucking era right there. But Diamond Eyes just took this band to like a more optimistic approach. The songs are more airy. They're more grand and bigger, and just I feel like everybody kind of stepped up their game for Diamond Eyes. And I love Abe's drumming on this record. I think I have always thought he's a great drummer, and he has some incredible parts over all their records. But his drumming here, I think, is just fucking fantastic. His groove and his swing sometimes is just top notch. Also, this is their shortest record, 41 minutes. They cut out all the ambient stuff from Saturday Night Wrist and just made something straightforward, and every song stands on its own on this one too. Every single song stands on its own. So I do love Diamond Eyes. This is what got me back into the band. But yeah, I do really love this record. So 6th record, 2010, Diamond Eyes. What do you got for number 1? Go.
What was your banger from Diamond Eyes?
Oh, it was Sex Tape. At this time, it's Sex Tape. Yeah, I do love that song. How can you not love that song?
Yeah. So my number 1 this week was this one, Diamond Eyes. So we did get a copy of this in the store. We got a full run of Deftones originals, and my partner David took most of them home. I think he brought this one back, but I don't know.
I wanted that OG self-titled, but he took that. He stole it from me.
Yeah, he did take that one. I don't know. I like this. I actually like this a lot. I did dig this. This one did kind of wear me down. I spent a lot of time with the album of the week, and then it just, you kind of let it play for a little bit. But I agree with like all of it. Like Stefan's tone is fucking aggressive. Man. It's cool. It's aggressive. It's aggressive like it was on Deftones, but it just sounds like richer and fuller and deeper. I think the drumming is better on this one, and I'm not saying he's like setting any records here, but I think it's his best
performance,
because so much of his drumming on their music is just like, it's for dramatic effect. It's just fucking
But that's for
boring.
the song. He's playing to the fucking song. Oy.
I don't care. The song is fucking boring. It's dramatic
boring,
and boring.
Dude. It's fine being dramatic. This band is
fucking boring.
It's fine being dramatic, though.
This is like the most fucking boring band of all time. I literally cannot think of a more boring band. You're like so into
like stoner music, stoner rock music, and that music can definitely be considered boring.
Absolutely. But nobody gushes over stoner rock music. No one pretends that like stoner rock music changed my life.
Which is true.
Dude, Deftones, get fucked. This band is stupid. This band is fucking stupid. I don't give a shit. The lyrics are dumb. Like the way he says, "Oh, I'm ambiguous when I write lyrics." Stupid. Guitaring, dumb. Bass player, non-existent most of the time. Dumb. Drumming, stupid. You put them all together, it's even worse.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
It's even worse. The keyboard is my favorite part. The soundscapes that he uses, he just fills up fucking noise. It doesn't need to be filled up. That's all these guys do is just fill up noise.
You just don't like nuance. That's what you don't like. You just don't like
nuance. I don't like shit music, and this is fucking shit music. You better watch. I'm going to fucking take this Diamond Eyes back. No, I will. I'm going to listen to it again this weekend. When I'm doing my vinyl thing. I bought a couple new video games, so crack those open. But what really did it was Sex Tape. When Sex Tape hit, and this is my favorite song, like by fucking far. I think this is the only song they've ever done. This is the only song in their entire catalog where I was like, damn, that was a beautiful song. That was really fucking good, dude. You guys, what do they say? Broken clocks right twice a day. So they can do at least one really, really, really good song. But then, like, because of that, I went back and gave this a couple more listens, including today. And I did have Adrenaline at number 1, but then today I put Diamond Eyes at number 1 because I did listen to it with cans, vinyl, and Spotify, and it was all good.
That's cool. A lot of Deftones for you. That's a lot of Deftones for you.
I was like, let me see if I can get something here, and then because usually like if a band if I don't like a band, but then I'm like, oh, I actually really like the guitar playing in there, so let me just focus on that, and then that will lead me down the path. Like, okay, I get why you chose that shitty drum beat because you're just backing up the guitarist, and this all makes sense. But with the Deftones, it's like, wow, no, you guys are all just really shitty, and you just you play to like fucking girls that don't listen to a lot of music, and this is just stupid. It's stupid. I don't give a fuck.
So speaking,
I can only imagine.
And going into Sex Tape, that song, when the album came out, this is when Tumblr, if anybody remembers the website Tumblr, that's when Tumblr was like on top of the world. Like everybody was on fucking Tumblr. And Sex Tape was all over that fucking website. People were always talking about it, like especially girls. Girls love that song. They were always talking about that song. They were always referencing that song and taking images from the video from that song. It was wildly popular on Tumblr, and which, like I said, Tumblr was very popular at the time. And then like a year ago, 2 years ago, it blew up again on TikTok. And you and I were talking off the pod just before this, how it's crazy how songs that are 50 years old are blowing up on TikTok, and like Connie Francis we were talking about, the Pretty Little Baby song. Almost 60 years later, her song blows up and goes to number 1. You know, it's just crazy how websites or apps now, they'll make shit go viral for really no reason. And Sex Tape was one of those songs that went viral recently, and another reason why the band has had this giant resurgence and playing a lot of big shows. Because look how big their shows are nowadays. So
you said you think it's weird that songs will just get super popular for no reason.
Yeah, because
that's
it just
literally
comes out
the
of
Deftones. Their entire fucking career is literally that.
But the point was, it had a massive presence on what was popular on the internet in 2010, 2011, and then once again in 2024, whenever Sex Tape kind of blew up again on TikTok. It's just interesting to me that it had this resurgence fucking 14, 15 years later. I thought it was just an observation. Let's just say that.
This band is so stupid.
Oh my god.
They're just so stupid. I can't even.
All right, so my number 1 is Deftones, the album of the week, because we're in self-titled season. So yeah, that we'll get into that. Go listen to the main episode. We're gonna break that down with everything, get into everything on that, and hopefully it'll be a good time. You're not gonna be a little bitch about it. So check it out.
I'm not gonna simp over this fucking bullshit band like you will.
I'm not asking you to simp on it, because I don't do that. I don't do that.
Just even pretending to like the fact that you have all these on vinyl, you're a simp, bro. Yeah.
No.
You're a simp.
No.
100%. Absolutely.
I should have got them all out too and just fucking presented them as I went.
You should have.
But I didn't. So let's get into our top 10 Deftones songs. We'll just go. You run through your 10. I'll run through my 10, and we'll say which album they're off of and finish there. So what do you got? Go.
Infinite Source from Private Music.
Okay.
Moana from Deftones.
Weird. Okay. So weird.
It's a good closer. Ohms.
It is. Okay.
From Ohms.
Okay.
Head Up from Fur. Bored from Adrenaline. Hexagram from Deftones.
Love it.
Lifter from Adrenalines. 7 Words from Adrenalines. Minerva from Deftones. And
Good.
Sex Tape, Diamond Eyes. And I will say that Sex Tape is by far and away my favorite song by them. Like, it's not even fucking close.
It's such a good song, dude. All right, so my number 10, Error from Ohms. My number 9 is Rocket Skates from Diamond Eyes. Number 8, Beware from Saturday Night Wrist. Number 7, Digital Bath from White Pony. Number 6, Heart Wires from Gore. Number 5, Sex Tape from Diamond Eyes. Number 4, Minerva from Deftones. Number 3, Anniversary of an Uninteresting Event from Deftones. 2, Engine Number 9 from Adrenaline. And then my favorite song, the best song by far, hands down, Hexagram from Deftones. There you go. My top 10. The better top 10. True.
I mean, I don't care if they're. It was difficult for me to put together a top 10. I just, it was hard.
And it was difficult for me too.
I know, probably for the same reason, because this band sucks and all these fucking songs suck.
I wanted to put so many songs into my top 10, but it was hard to pick my favorite top 10.
We're talking about top 10 best songs, right? Not top 10 worst songs?
top 10 best songs.
Okay,
best songs.
gotcha. That's weird. Okay.
Well, it's not. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. That's what the kids say. And that's it. That's all.